The FBI doesn't scare easily, but they quietly stopped sending agents to this 40-mile stretch of Interstate 40 after their own surveillance equipment started disappearing. Welcome to the most disturbing stretch of highway in the American Southwest, where cars and their drivers simply cease to exist. It started quietly enough. A trucker named Dale Morrison left a truck stop outside Barstow, California in the fall of 2019. His rig had a functioning GPS tracker, a satellite phone, and a full tank of diesel. Somewhere along a 40-mile corridor of Interstate 40, every signal went dead simultaneously. Not gradually, simultaneously. Investigators later described it as watching a dot on a screen just blink out of existence. Dale was never found. Here is what makes this case genuinely different from ordinary disappearances. It is not one driver making a bad decision or one vehicle experiencing mechanical failure. The pattern spans 6 years. The vehicles range from motorcycles to 18-wheelers. The drivers include experienced long-haul professionals and casual weekend travelers. The only consistent thread is that specific 40-mile stretch of road, and the fact that disappearances cluster between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Investigators have floated explanations. Human trafficking corridors exist throughout the Southwest. Cartel activity has been documented in nearby counties. Some researchers point to the region's unusual electromagnetic properties, noting that compasses behave strangely in this zone, and that radio communications experience unexplained interference. One geologist suggested underground mineral deposits could theoretically disrupt electronic systems, though no formal study has confirmed this. The families of the missing are not satisfied with theories. Maria Delgado lost her brother Carlos in March of 2022. He was driving home from Phoenix after visiting their mother. Maria has spent 4 years pushing law enforcement for answers. She told a local reporter something that genuinely sent chills through the community. She said that the night Carlos disappeared, he called her from that exact stretch of road. The connection was perfect. No static. He was describing the landscape outside his window when the call simply ended. Not dropped. Ended. She said it sounded like someone had pressed a button. Law enforcement agencies, including local sheriff departments, the FBI, and the National Transportation Safety Board, have each opened preliminary investigations. None have produced conclusions. A joint task force formed in 2024 placed monitoring equipment along the corridor. Within 3 months, 2 pieces of equipment had themselves gone missing from secured roadside installations. That detail right there stopped everyone cold. Whatever is happening on this road, it appears capable of removing physical objects from anchored positions without leaving evidence of how or why. Some locals refuse to drive that stretch after midnight. Trucking companies have begun routing their drivers around it, despite the added fuel costs. One company publicly stated the rerouting saves money compared to losing vehicles and personnel. That is a real business decision being made about a real road in a country where we believe we understand geography. 17 confirmed vehicles, potentially more unreported. 0 physical evidence recovered. 0 suspects charged. 0 satisfying explanations offered. The road is still open. Traffic still moves through it every single day. And somewhere underneath those ordinary white lane markings and faded yellow dashes, something remains unanswered. Drive carefully out there.